From San Diego County Credit Union Stadium with Tim O'Malley, I'm Tim Priester. A few hours before Notre Dame takes on Navy for the 92nd straight year. That's pretty phenomenal that this series has gone on for 92 straight years. Notre Dame number 3 with an opportunity to solidify itself in the first playoff voting coming early next week. Notre Dame's won 77 of the first 91 games, Tim. How do they make it number 78?
Well, I think you kind of wrote about it this week, and it's an old adage of taking away 2 of the 3 aspects of the triple option, either the dive, the quarterback, or the pitch, and Notre Dame has really shown the propensity for saying get the ball out of the quarterback's hands, which makes the most sense, and make the pitch beat him because Notre Dame has the athletes on the outside to take away Navy's advantage out there when you're one-on-one, and also with the new rules of no cut blocking more than 5 yards downfield, it helps a lot that you really cannot take out the corners the same way you used to. We'll see how that comes into play today. Scoring is what Notre Dame has always done to be able to beat a good Navy team, though.
We'll see who is at quarterback today for Navy. Garrett Lewis has gotten the start the last 2 weeks. Malcolm Perry was banged up last week against Houston. Obviously, they want him in the lineup at slot back. He might be a guy that can get to the corner against Notre Dame's speed, but we don't know exactly what his status is. We do know what the status for Notre Dame kicker Justin Yoon is, however. He, I guess, pretty much did not practice this week. And we saw the groin injury occur on his second kickoff against Pittsburgh. So Notre Dame's going to have to go with Jonathan Dorr. I know that Notre Dame's not planning on doing a whole lot of field goal kicking, but there are extra points involved. So we'll see how Jonathan Dorr can do.
Well, this might be the only game where you would think we can't kick field goals and win this game. So ironically, this is the one game he can miss. But, they're going to need him throughout November. If it's a 1-week injury, I think that's okay. If it's a 2-week injury and you're on the road against Northwestern, I think that would be a tough spot for Jonathan Dorr. So I would expect that maybe Dorr has that when you know you're the man, you know you're the guy in, maybe you have a little bit more confidence. Probably pretty important that his first field goal is a makeable field goal, right. However, or just a bomb he has to unleash where it wouldn't hurt his confidence.
Or he could spend a whole afternoon kicking extra points, too. That would be a good route to go as well. Clark Lee's first test as a defensive coordinator against triple option. I have the feeling that he's going to be prepared to do that. I mean, he's been prepared for everything else, but this is a little bit of it's a tricky animal here they're facing, and we'll see how they do for the first time.
They have they have more than 2 handfuls of players that have gone against Navy more than once, and they should field an entire starting 11 if you include Alohi Gilman that has a lot of experience against the option. Jalen Elliott's been out there a few times. Julian Love, of course, this will be his 4th game. The linebackers, this will be Jerry Tillery's 6th game. I mean, this is a unit that is used to playing against the option, used to practicing against it, and I think maybe after the first drive where it just looks so fast because you can't simulate it, that I think Notre Dame's defense can settle in.
Right. This looks like a game that, Ian Book, how many yards could he throw for today? I think 300 is just about a given, and I think he can throw for a whole lot more than that. Navy has been really, really having a difficult time defending the pass. They gave up over 400 yards passing last week, more than 400 yards against Hawaii at the beginning of the year. Temple had 300. Should be a good day for Ian Book in the receiving corps.
Look, it's all about possessions for Notre Dame. If they get the ball 8 times, I would expect 5 touchdowns out of them today, and you should be able to get the ball more than 8 times. It's amazing that Navy has suffocated them 2 years in a row in that regard. Score touchdowns early, get ahead of Navy, because then they can't keep pace. But the number one thing I think for Notre Dame fans is don't look like you did against Pittsburgh. Because, look, if they win out, they're going to get in. But it's getting to the point now where you see some teams like Clemson, for instance, that we saw today really gelling. They are solidifying their spot at number 2. Notre Dame just cannot play 4 or 5 more games where they look like Pittsburgh. And today, with a 2-week break, this should be a time when they can come out and click on all cylinders.
Brian Kelly 9-1 after bye week, so Notre Dame should be primed and ready to go here. Number 3, Notre Dame taking on Navy as the Fighting Irish shoot to move to 8-0.